Yeah, I mean, Luka was making a defensive effort. Okay, I was impressed. Obviously, the elephant in the room is that they have a better record without LeBron James and with him. And to me, this is a view of what the Lakers are going to look like going forward. Whether LeBron James retires or goes into free agency, I don't expect him to be a Laker next season. Evaluate the team and kind of see what Luka and AR need for the future.
Luka Doncic just erupted for 51 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists in the Lakers' 142-130 win over the Chicago Bulls. But that's not the real story here. To understand what actually matters, we need to rewind a bit, back to when the Lakers hosted the Minnesota Timberwolves, a game many believed would reveal every weakness in Los Angeles' lineup. Instead, the Lakers came out with intensity, confidence, and a level of execution that completely caught Minnesota off guard, dismantling a team that was expected to expose them.
It can heat up in a hurry. He's now 1 for 10 from downtown. Doncic, nifty finish.
The Lakers beat Minnesota 120-106, with Luka delivering a 31-point triple-double and Austin Reeves matching him with 31 of his own, including an explosive 29 in the second half, and the game never even felt close, all while LeBron James watched from the bench in street clothes. That might sound like a setup to criticize LeBron, but it's not. He's one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball, and that's not up for debate. What matters is that the Lakers just played 3 straight games without him, dominated Minnesota, locked the New York Knicks down to only 97 points, and suddenly started playing their sharpest basketball of the entire season. And if you've been following along, you already know what these numbers point to. The Lakers have finally discovered who they really are. Today we're breaking everything down. The stats, the lineup data, the defensive shifts, and the growing connection between Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, along with why their partnership matters far beyond this season. We're also stepping into the conversation most Lakers fans don't want to say out loud but absolutely needs to happen, including what a realistic future looks like and what this franchise could become if the front office is honest and builds the roster the right way heading into 2026-27. And trust me, the numbers you're about to hear are legitimately eye-opening. Before we get into the chemistry between Luka and Reeves, we have to establish the baseline, because the Lakers' win-loss record without LeBron this season isn't something you can dismiss with small sample excuses or easy scheduling. The difference is too large and too consistent. With LeBron, the Lakers are 26-18, solid enough to flirt with a 5 or 6 seed if everything goes right. But without him they are 14-7, and that's where the real tension begins. The advanced data makes the picture even clearer. When Luka, LeBron, and Reeves share the floor, the Lakers carry a net rating of -9.8, meaning the team is getting outplayed badly with its 3 core pieces together. But flip the lineup, and when Luka and Reeves play without LeBron, the net rating skyrockets to +19.3, one of the strongest two-man numbers in the entire league. The same duo that struggles inside the trio suddenly becomes one of the most dominant backcourt combinations in basketball the moment LeBron steps off the floor.
Let's play a little basketball.
Conley the bump. Doncic hits, foul call. He's got 14 in the first quarter.
The Lakers are 10-2 when Doncic and Reeves run the offense without LeBron, and the question is why the drop-off happens when all 3 share the floor. The answer comes down to spacing, timing, and clarity, knowing who controls the ball, why they have it, and what the next red should be before the defense reacts. When LeBron and Luka play together, you have 2 players who operate best when the entire offense runs through them, and that overlap creates tension, not because either lacks talent, but because their skill sets collide. Even Hall of Famer Paul Pierce recently said their games are too similar, and as direct as that sounds, he's right. This isn't a talent issue, it's a fit issue. 2 alpha ball handlers fighting for one rhythm forces the offense to bend around them instead of flowing naturally. Once LeBron sits, everything simplifies. There's one main creator, decisions are cleaner, the pace accelerates, and Austin Reeves finally gets to show who he really is instead of waiting in the corner for something to happen. We'll dig into what Reeves is doing without LeBron in a moment, and the numbers may shock anyone who hasn't been paying attention. But first we need to talk about the defensive makeover that almost no one is discussing. Entering March, the Lakers ranked 22nd in defensive rating, allowing 115.3 points per game, nowhere close to playoff-level defense and exactly the type that collapses against elite offenses. And the root of the problem was obvious. When you're playing 3 guys with defensive limitations heavy minutes together, you end up trying to hide all 3 at once, And eventually, there's simply nowhere left to hide. LeBron at 41 is still doing things that defy age. But his lateral quickness isn't what it used to be, and opponents know it, targeting him in pick-and-rolls and sending their quickest guards straight at him. While Luka has never been known as a defensive stopper, leaving Austin Reeves to cover for 2 weak spots at once, an impossible job for any guard. But when LeBron sits, the rotation shifts. Marcus Smart moves to the 3, Rui Hachimura joins the starting lineup, and suddenly the Lakers have real point-of-attack defenders on both wings, completely reshaping their defensive identity. During the 3-game stretch without LeBron, the Lakers held opponents to just 106.7 points per game, kept the high-powered Knicks to only 97, and limited Anthony Edwards to a brutal 2-4-15 shooting night. With Luka and Reeves on the floor without LeBron, the Lakers carry a defensive rating of 111, top 10 in the league, a level of defense they simply cannot reach with their aging superstar in the rotation. And this leads to what's been overlooked in much of the conversation. People are treating Austin Reeves' production without LeBron like a temporary hot streak, blaming soft opponents or small sample size. But what we're actually seeing is a player finally given a role that fits him, and the results completely change how high this team's ceiling can be. In the 16 games without LeBron this season, Reeves is averaging 28.4 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 7.8 assists, legitimate all-star numbers on most teams, while Luka is putting up 35.1 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 8.4 assists in that same stretch. The Lakers suddenly have 2 backcourt players producing at a level where either Luka Doncic or Austin Reeves could be a first or second option on almost any team in the league, and the reason their partnership works becomes obvious when you watch the film. Reeves is one of the best off-ball movers in basketball, elite at navigating screens, quick with his reads, reliable with his passing, and strong finishing through contact. He doesn't need constant touches to impact the game, yet is fully capable of creating when the ball swings his way. Exactly the kind of profile you want next to a ball-dominant superstar. He complements Luka instead of competing with him, much like Kyrie Irving did in Dallas, and Luka clearly feels that connection. After the win over the Knicks, he said playing with Reeves makes my life easy because of the attention Reeves draws and the opportunities he creates for others. Their two-man game is already operating like a real system. Luka draws the defense, kicks to Reeves off a drag screen or a mid-post pop, and Reeves either scores, finds the open man, or hits Luka cutting back in. If defenses try to take away that pass, Luka simply steps into a clean pull-up 3. There's no comfortable defensive answer because both reads are equally dangerous, creating the pressure and release rhythm that defines great backcourts throughout NBA history. And the most exciting part is that this is only the beginning. They haven't even logged serious hours together as a full-time duo. The chemistry is still forming, the instincts are still sharpening, and their ceiling, especially with smarter roster construction, is hard to measure. Which leads us to the unavoidable truth at the center of this discussion. The Lakers, as currently built, are not a championship team. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves aren't a finished project. They are the foundation of what the Lakers could build next, and the real question now is what that future actually looks like, and whether any version of it works with LeBron still involved. The truth is the Luka Reeves pairing isn't something that suddenly appeared because LeBron sat out. His absence simply gave the team enough minutes and enough evidence to reveal what was already there, a duo that clearly works, to the point where the discussion shifts from does this fit, to what pieces do we need around it to unlock its full potential. And answering that means confronting some uncomfortable realities. This isn't about minimizing what LeBron has accomplished or ignoring what he still brings. Averaging meaningful numbers at 41 is unheard of. But being incredible for a 41-year-old and fitting seamlessly into a championship roster are two very different conversations, and the Lakers have reached a moment where those ideas must be separated, because with Luka on your roster, the timeline becomes win now whether you like it or not. Even JJ Redick, who rarely speaks without careful thought, summed up the core issue perfectly. One player has scored more points than anyone in NBA history and naturally wants the ball, while the other has earned 5 first-team All-NBA selections and plays the same way. 2 elite creators, 1 basketball, and neither built to operate off the other. The reality is simple. The current roster can only move forward one way. And it starts with LeBron's contract eventually coming off the books so the front office can finally head into an off-season with real cap flexibility, roster clarity, and the ability to build this team correctly from the ground up. With Doncic and Reeves as the foundation, the blueprint becomes obvious. At a true 3-and-D wing who can defend multiple positions and hit open threes, plus a starting center who protects the rim, sets hard screens, and doesn't need offensive touches. The five-man unit that's been thriving, Luka, Reeves, Smart, Hachimura, and Aiton, is already close to the formula, but the question is whether the front office has the vision and the courage to construct an entire roster built around that identity. The good news is that the market will offer exactly the type of role players the Lakers need, because switchable defensive wings who space the floor are always in demand, and the pitch for the 2026-27 season is strong. Instead of trying to fit next to an aging superstar, incoming players would join Luka Doncic in his prime and a backcourt partner in Reeves who elevates the offense. My guess is the Lakers make a serious push for Peyton Watson, and with Los Angeles being home, he'll be tempted. And the timeline matters. Luka will be 27 when the 2026-27 season begins, already a five-time first-team All-NBA player, meaning the championship window is officially open. If the Lakers build correctly this offseason, this could become a legitimate multi-year contender in the West. As for the immediate question, what about this postseason? With the Lakers sitting third in the conference, a deep run looks unlikely, as this roster simply isn't built to survive OKC, San Antonio, and the top-tier defenses out west. A second-round exit may be the ceiling. But the final stretch of the season will reveal everything. If the Lakers surge with Luka and Reeves leading and LeBron in a smaller role, the front office gets the clearest sign yet of the team's identity. And if LeBron returns to full strength only for the same fit issues to resurface against elite competition, that's a signal too, and one the organization can't afford to ignore.